This presentation will provide you with some tips for using the overall search feature in our library, as well as giving you some tips for using Opposing Viewpoints in Context database and narrowing your search results. One of the common complaints I hear from students is that they are not comfortable using the library databases. Hopefully this presentation will help you with some basic skills and get you into the library and searching for good articles early on in the term. Each Monday in seminars 1 through 4, we have a current event summary assignment due. As you can see from the current slide, those assignments have two parts. One is a summary assignment and the other is a discussion board post related to that summary. You'll be attaching your article there in the discussion board for your classmates. As you can see from this slide, our first seminar current event summary should be something related to the broad topic of whether we should standardize language. I'll be using that topic in my searches in this presentation. Please be sure you review the rubric for that assignment and ask questions about expectations early on. To access My eLibrary from our course, simply click on the My eLibrary tab in our menu bar. And that tab's right here. Once you see this screen, select Databases. Note that there's also an Ask Us button, which I'll cover at the end of the presentation. Note the search box at the top of this next screen. This is where I'm going to start. This search option is great as it searches through all databases and compiles a list of sources. I've entered the term official language here as our search term. Note that we have over 20,000 sources from that term. If you look at the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see that the date ranged from 1886 to the present day. I can use this slider bar to slide the buttons over and restrict the dates, and here I've done so, restricting it from 2010 to 2014. That shrinks our results pool to under 4,000 or less than 25% of the original source results. Let's reduce the results even further by adding more search terms. If I click on this advanced search link under our search box, I get this next screen. If I enter the term United States into the search term form and press search, that reduces the number of sources even more, and I bump the search time frame up to 2011. As you can see here, source number 8 might actually work really well for the summary, as it clearly takes an issue, takes on the issue that we're talking about in Seminar 1, and it takes a side on that issue. Here you can see the full entry for that source, and note that I can print, I can email, or I can save it. In addition, this screen shows me which database this particular source is in, which is Academic One File, which if you can't access the article from this screen, you would simply copy down the information and go into Academic One File and search it there, or retrieve it there. This Search All option is great for exploring a wide range of databases at one time. It often is helpful for beginning researchers because oftentimes they only pick one database to search and they miss out on really great sources. The key with the Search All feature is to limit the parameters so you can reduce the number of sources to skim through. Using the advanced search and limiting the dates are the best way to do this. I also wanted to take some time to share tips on Opposing Viewpoints, as it can be a great place to find articles that cover debatable issues. If you go back to the database screen that we started with, you'll see that they're arranged by subject matter and course area. If you expand the area titled English, as I've done here, you'll see specific databases suited to our course. I'm going to be selecting Opposing Viewpoints in Context, and I do want you to note that oftentimes I just refer to this as Opposing Viewpoints, and if I'm writing it out, oftentimes I'll abbreviate it as I have here as OV. So if you see me use this in the discussion board, I'm talking about Opposing Viewpoints. Here's the opening screen for Opposing Viewpoints in Context. Notice that above the search bar you've got some limiters already that you can use, and I'm going to be searching just in the viewpoints today, and I'm going to use a broader term. I'm searching by the word language because I know I'm going to get a smaller result than I did in the Search All. So if I search for that, Notice I get 152 articles that may work. And if you look over here, we can further limit this search simply by clicking on these different search terms that it's given us. If we click on English language, we'll get 16 results. And I can also limit by clicking on these terms here, such as the English only movement. I am going to click on bilingual education, which reduces the results down to 6. So we can narrow it further. And you can limit the search term in the database. Those limiters here give you the preview of the number of sources that you're going to get from each one. You can also sort by date or by relevance. And so as you can see, using Opposing Viewpoints or any of the single databases is really going to help you drill down more specifically, and it's going to limit the number of sources. So I hope this presentation will make the library seem a little bit more friendly to you as you start your search for a good article for the Seminar 1 Current Event Summary. If you do have questions, please note that I'm happy to answer those, but so are Patrick and Kelly, our online librarians. If you text or email them during regular business hours, as you can see here, this is the screen you get from the Ask Us button that we saw on that first slide. They are available from 8 to 4 to answer emails within 3 hours, and I'm assuming that's the same with if you text them from your phone. So happy searching, and I hope this has been useful to you, and I'll see you in the discussion board.